Hi guys, Debbie here with Wrestling in 60 Seconds. We are about 2 blocks from the WWE Performance Center. You may see the buses when they drive by behind us as they're loading up people at the PC. We kind of wanted to get on here to kind of talk to you about a few things that we noticed. One thing was the PC. We were wondering, were they going to change the seating arrangements? Were the colors? What was it? The one thing that I noticed right off the bat is that I don't think they painted, because Hot Mess Deborah, who's sitting beside me,
hi everyone,
has life-threatening allergies to latex paint, and if she even smelt it, she would have had breathing problems. And I did carry Benadryl with me just in case we needed to get out of there in a hurry. She never reacted. Okay. And her sensitivity to latex is if someone paints a house outside 8 houses down from where we live, and with our windows shut and the door shut and us not going in and out, I still have to medicate her, because if I don't, she will react and we will end up in the emergency room. So I think it's more or less cloth covering the walls and it's making them black. The WWE icon logo, like I said, it started out being rose gold and then it showed more of a silver tone once the show started. I also want to say a couple of things about the matches. Is there anything that you want to say?
Well, let me just say, Stephanie Valcour, I apologize if I say her last name wrong, went against Win Sinclair. Stephanie Valcour, oh my gosh, what a match. That's all I gotta say is, what a match.
Yeah, and the fact that Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez interfered with that match, and now they're going to tag team at Halloween Havoc, which I also found out it will be showed on Peacock. So if you still have the Peacock subscription, you'll be able to see Halloween Havoc in 2 weeks. So that's a great thing, because Dave & Buster's don't always carry NXT. So I guess I'll have to find that out too, because they're supposed to carry WWE products. But anyway, getting back, we had a couple debuts tonight. When it first started, I did not get their names. They went, it was a tag team match against Tyson and Tyrese. And the guys that they went against is Vance and something, but I never got the second name. The other thing that I was surprised about was that Oba Femi and Tony D'Angelo are going to go at it at Halloween Havoc again. All right. Now, the other surprising thing was, I could not believe that when Nikita Lyons came out, and then Lola Vice, and they went at it, and it was a great match. But as she was, they lifted her hand up, and she won, and of course Lola Vice left the ring, and but she was completely out of breath, and I thought, wow, all this time that you've been out, you must not have been training hard, because that match wasn't that long. It was like a typical time match for, a ring, right? And the whole Brooks Jensen thing, I'm sorry, I mean, like, they really just don't know what to do with him. And we were so surprised. We were talking on the way down about OTM. And we were wondering, isn't that right, Deborah?
Yes, OTM. Oh my goodness. We had heard that possibly that one of the members of OTM was possibly let go.
And we were upset.
And I was highly upset because he's just one of my favorites. He's always been one of my favorites. And we were very surprised though.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to that, we were glad that when we saw Miss Parker and she had OTM behind her, that they were still a part of that team. So that was good news. The other thing that we want to talk about is the last match with Wesley and Javon Evans and Ethan Page. Was that not a match and a half? I mean, those guys, Javon Evans and Wesley, put out one of the best matches, and I just sat there and I'm like, some of the falls that they landed, especially on Wesley's back that was just injured, and he's, still recovering. You want to say something, Deborah?
I just wanted to say this. I know that Wesley right now is a bad guy, technically. I felt so bad for this man because the strikes that he was getting, the hits that he was taking, it was just whoa. And I don't even know how in the world he walked out, to be honest with you.
And why don't you tell the viewers what Wesley did when he walked out of the ring?
He walked up and went right up to me and put his hand on my shoulder and just, shook it like, I'm going to be okay, And I'm sure he is going to be okay, but it's definitely going to take some time for those beats to wear off.
Well, another thing that I want to do is give out a special thank you, Hank and Tank, because, oh my gosh, when we got to the Performance Center, we usually sit in our car for a little bit to kind of go over what is going to happen that night and what matches we're interested in. And we hear a megaphone, all right? And so we get out of our car and we realize that Hank and Tank are at the, they have a little kiosk. It's actually an RV kind of trailer where they sell t-shirts and stuff at. And so we were talking kind of to each other and a couple of people that are regulars there that we were talking and asking how they were doing because of the storm that hit Orlando and Tampa so hard. And Tank comes over to us and he gives us a high five and he says, I want to say I'm so happy what you do for us. I want you to know we appreciate you guys. And he went and got us, wait till you see, he got us each a t-shirt. And Deborah, can you hold this up?
Yes, I can.
Okay, these are, let me straighten it out, the new Hank and Tank t-shirts. Can you see it? All right, and on the back it has it says let's see, what does it say? We hit first and we hit last hit. And so these shirts are selling on WWE.com right now for $30 a piece. And the reason that he gave us the t-shirts, not many people know that when we go to NXT shows, local shows here in Florida, we stop by Krispy Kreme because there's a couple locations where there isn't anywhere for these guys to eat. And they get there at like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they are the ones who are setting up the ring. They're the ones who are out there working, even though they're wrestling. And so they get hungry. So a lot of times we'll bring like 3 dozen variety of donuts and say, here, And the last time we were at Citrus Springs, we were waiting for the show, and we were the only ones outside. And Tank Ledger came out, and he actually sat down and talked to us. And I have to say that this happens a lot. We'll get wrestlers to come out and talk to us, and not necessarily be stuff that we want to say on air, but it was very interesting because we were talking about how wrestling goes beyond generations. And one of the things that he shared with us that I'm getting ready to share with you is that one of the things that he and his dad shared together is their love of wrestling. And a lot of times they get together and they will watch wrestling on TV. And I said to him, you're right. It's something that all people can relate to, especially if you're a wrestling fan. Case in point that we were in McDonald's earlier, having some dinner before we went to the PC. And there was a little girl about 5 or 6 years old with a Yeet shirt on, and I saw it. And so I turned around and went, eat, eat. And she was like, eat. I'm like, eat. And her dad got the biggest kick out of that because it was totally unexpected. And he was also taking her to the Performance Center tonight for NXT. But I just thought it was so nice of Hank and Tank to do that. And they were giving out t-shirts to other people waiting in line to advertise their new t-shirt drop. So thank you, Hank and Tank.
Yes, thank you so much.
And I just want to say I'm sorry for being on here so long. I will tell you also, which I don't think I mentioned before real quick, is that when Javon Evans and Wesley came out, they came out, well, maybe you don't know, came out before Ethan Page. And while we were watching a vignette, it was because we don't see commercials inside the PC. They were at it hot and heavy against each other, Wesley and Javon Evans, so bad that not only did security and the referees had to be called out to keep them separated while these vignettes were playing before the match even started. And I thought at the rate that they were going at each other, that match was not going to make it until the show came back on. It was just really surprising. And it's one of the many things that you don't ever get to see unless you go to the Performance Center. And like I said, it was great seeing everybody. And I want to thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it. We will have more content. I know we haven't had a lot here lately, and it's a lot because Hot Mess here has had a lot of medical appointments. They've been out of town, and they've been in Tampa, they've been in Jacksonville, and it's just been a lot that we haven't been able to share with you. We do have a lot of things going on in December. I'm trying to get some stuff going in November because we know that you love real live content, and it's hard to get. Trust me, it's hard to get live content. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, subscribing,
and as always, bye for now.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.